Switchy, switchy, switchy. And there we are. That's our faces. Our faces are right
Yes.
there. Hello.
Yes.
Ho, ho, ho. Green giant.
What'd you call me?
Listen.
Three.
Oh, dear. It's us. Oh, do you know what? I haven't started the music. I haven't started the music. Honestly, why would you even? Oh, that's brilliant. My little music media player. It's VLC, the one that's got the weird orange cone on it.
Yes.
And the orange cone has a Santa hat on it, so I'm quite pleased with that.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. A little bit of jazz.
Ooh, yes.
Also, I quite like that song. I don't know if you heard it. The second to last one in the intro, because obviously we had intro music for Christmas times.
Yes.
It was quite jazzy, and I'm a jazz fan.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's quite good. Yeah. Anywho, welcome everybody.
Hello.
We're doing this thing.
Yes.
Now I assume you've got yours just out of shot there.
Do you not remember I mentioned mine broke?
Oh yeah, you did. Oh, to be honest with you, have a look at this. Look, it's a nice big chip out of there. So
Lovely.
So I can't say very much.
I mean, I got it from I don't know where you got the mugs from, but I got it from I think was it fourth wall. It did just it came chipped. My donated mug.
Oh damn!
I was just like, I'm not going to exactly promote this right now. If my thing when I was doing a test, it was I bought a test one.
Yeah.
To see how it came out, and that's how it came out. And not good first impression.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you could just sell them all chipped. What's the problem?
It's part of the job.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about it.
Get your cornbread chipped mugs here.
And they're all chipped in different places.
Yes.
There you go, you see?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Well, allow me to tell you, you have caught me at a perfect time. I've just got out of the shower, cut my hair, shaved the beard.
Oh, right,
Because I'm all going out tomorrow doing Christmas dancing.
I haven't done any of those things.
Come on. Are you not doing a Christmas do?
What do you mean?
You're not doing like a little Christmas thing? Although I suppose it's... that would be difficult for you thinking about it now.
Why? What?
Are you not doing like a little Christmas get-together, like a work thing, or not at all?
No, I don't. No.
Fair enough.
No.
Fair enough. I don't know you, to be honest. I did. I managed to dip out of.
Many years ago, we did. We stopped doing those for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Because we've just like moved stuff around quite a lot of stuff. For the last even the last year. So, completely got new people and everything. So it's like it's basically there's only one person who's left from original. So.
Well, I think I might be wrong here, and chat, do let me know if you've noticed this, but I do think the Christmas do is going the way of the dodo, because it seems to happen less and less people seem interested in it now. I mean, I didn't go to mine last year, but I kind of got nudged into going to it this year, and a lot of people aren't going, so it's going to be a little more sparse than I would like. But yeah. You got to do these things.
Yeah, I did mention it, but it's up to the big man, my dad. I did mention it. I'd said the guys talked about, we should do something, and obviously being office manager, I was like, hey, are you up for this? And he said, yeah, talk about it. Usually when he says we'll talk about it later, 1 month later, it's literally like, well, there's no chance we're gonna get anywhere now, you know.
Fair enough.
So it's and everybody's going on different times for like their holiday break start. So it's kind of just
it all slips by.
Yeah, and everybody's just so busy because I mean just the way things are at the moment with monies and stuff. And the economy, nobody's really spending anything.
Yeah,
so.
That's true.
So that includes
this
Christmas lights out.
Go on, sorry. Go
No, what were you gonna say?
I was
No,
gonna
that was
say.
me. I'm done.
I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, no, that's definitely true. This is coming from a man who literally, like, an hour ago spent £200 on art because I realised all of my walls in my house have no art on them. So-
Yes. Spoke on this when I was actually down.
Yeah,
physically.
yeah. I was like the other day. I was like, oh, you know what? I've got some ideas actually, and all of them are Crystal Palace based. But obviously,
Well, I mean, mate, it's
yeah.
fully your gaff now.
I
You
do-
can do what you like.
I do genuinely. I had what I thought was quite a nice idea. So the wall above where my sofa is quite a large wall. Me and Ben used to have 3 really nice pictures of Croydon up there.
The largest.
Yeah. They were massive, but they were really nice. Like 3 different sort of like somewhat abstract shots of Croydon. That was really nice. I thought
Cool.
I want to do my own thing here, obviously, and so what I've done, I've purchased 6 sort of little bit bigger than A4. No, maybe double A4. What's that, A3?
Basically.
Yeah. But I purchased 6 of them, and I'm going to stick them on the wall behind the sofa. And it's 6 different places that I've been to, that I've travelled to. So 4 of them are countries. So I've got Rome in there, Greece I went to not too long ago. What else? Barcelona as well, and
Where's it you go skiing?
I should have done that, shouldn't I? Although I might
but-
do that somewhere else. But, yeah, what was the other one I did? Epcot in America. I saw a picture. That was really nice. And then I've got 2 more, which will fit on the same wall, but instead of it being like places, it's still places I've been to. So obviously I've got Crystal Palace one. And then I've got one for Blue Sapphire, you know, the gin.
I remember you guys went.
Yeah.
You and Ben went on the.
That's right. Yeah, I got very, very lucky that
to the distillery and stuff.
that's it. Wonderful, beautiful place, and we got quite drunk. But it was such a fun one, and I was like, I saw the picture, I was like, that's a nice picture, and also it reminds me of what we went and did, which is drink a lot and then make Ben's mum drive us home because we were so drunk. That was great.
Amazing.
So yeah,
great.
that's what I've been up to.
Yeah. Good. Brilliant.
I was going to go back to Christmas parties actually. Have you got a Christmas party horror story?
Not particularly, no.
Wow, I'm surprised.
And I will actually, I told the technically I went to a do of sorts. It was a winter social I went to today for just like an hour.
Oh,
The dance artist membership organization I'm part of, they had that in Glasgow, so I just went for an hour.
fair enough.
So just got out with people
Yeah.
and just plugged my new studio. So
Yes. Oh yeah.
of course.
Cool.
So looking forward to New Year, and people have told us we're like excited to hear about that, and you know, low-cost studios and stuff. So hopefully, it's a big hit next year when I do a big announcement and stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple more things in the space, but I don't think unless I go before the beginning of next week, because after that, you know, it's gonna be pretty much impossible in the week of next week to go anywhere and do anything, because there'll be probably reduced train services, all this sort of thing, and it's just gonna be a pain in the arse to try and get there and do stuff. So yeah.
Well, don't worry. The trains here have been awful as well, so don't worry. I'm feeling the pain too.
I mean, they were fine today, but it's just I know it's gonna go.
Oh, it really is. Yeah. It's getting.
Mind you, the trains. I was lucky on my way out from London because that's when the storm was happening. So.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
Funny story about that. People were very nice to me throughout the day as I was traveling, because I booked it for the following Monday.
Oh, whoops.
My return. Whoops. Yeah. My so everybody was like, look, it's the same tick, it's fine.
Yeah.
So they were really cool with me. Yeah. And I sat in this person's seat. No, this is my seat. I'll have you know. And then I looked at it and went,
Nuts.
it will be next week.
Yeah.
I'm in the right seat, just the wrong week. The wrong Monday. So I did that, but everybody was really cool. There was like spare seats, luckily, because it was a fairly full service. But it was not. I've seen it busier on these trains, so I was a bit worried. But actually, it's not as busy as they said it was. So I was very lucky.
Do you know what? I can imagine, like, as of tomorrow, going up till, like, you know, Christmas, it is going to get busier and busier because people want to get to certain places and stuff like that. It's, oh man.
Well,
do all that.
because a lot of stuff up here is like the 23rd. I mean, what? Even government's finishing by the end of the week, by Friday.
Yeah, that's right,
Once Friday's done, government shut down till the 6th.
That's right. I know.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Sorry for something, innit?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Travel is always crazy. I remember. So the only thing that I really do to travel is drive. So I go to my uncle's every year. It's really good fun, and so a load of us go up there. And we had it one year where, so unfortunately, Dad wasn't feeling too well, so it's me and Mum went up, and the car wouldn't go over some ice, and we didn't really have another way around. So I got out and started pushing this very large vehicle. And I was so knackered by the end of it because I was pushing on ice as well. So like I was slipping back and everything, and I was in all nice boots and like you try and look nice and all that stuff. I was ruined by the end of that. It was only
by the
about
time you got there, you're like,
yeah. It was only about 11 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, oh, I've got to be like this for the rest of the day.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh, it was still good fun, though. We got there. That's the important thing.
That was your horror story, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Whilst I remember that, I have another horror story, which was the reason why I asked about the Christmas, the work Christmas dues. So, how old was I? I would have been 23. So 2 years ago. Let's see who believes that.
Yes.
And I went to a Christmas party. This was with my first workplace. I've been there for a few years, and it was very much a younger sort of team or younger bunch. It wasn't a lot of sort of older people. So we all sort of mucked around and did silly things. And one of the silly things I did was to take quite a lot of shots of Sambuca. And
as you do.
You know, they're there. You gotta have them, haven't you?
Of course.
And this is when I found out I don't do very well with Sambuca.
I think actually, haven't I mentioned like whenever I've mentioned Sambuca, you've gone. Ew.
Yeah.
I think from like sometimes I've gone, you know, when I've been down to visit you guys, I go to see old work friends and stuff, and then usually sometimes Sambuca is involved.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Variety tequila.
I can get away with maybe one shot, but after that, I'm in trouble. And I definitely had about 8, so I was in a lot of trouble.
Oof.
And so I remember 3 things from that party. Genuinely, I have almost no memory. 4 things. 4 things from that party. One,
So
I was dancing with a woman. I have no idea who she was. This is just the flashes of memory that I remember. 2, one of the girls walked out the bathroom and she'd smashed a mirror. Don't know why, but she did literally punched a mirror with her hand and she was bleeding. That was interesting. And then 3, I'm sat outside feeling very much the worse for wear, and this lovely fella comes over. It's his last day, right? So he's like, I'm going to go to the Christmas do, you know, I'll make it my last day, I'll be lovely. And he comes over, he goes, you all right there, mate? Pats me on the back, he goes, mate, you're looking a little under the weather there, you feeling all right? I looked up at him and went, oh yeah mate, yeah. All over his shoes. And I never saw him again. That was pretty bad.
Wow.
And then last of all, now remember, at this time, I
think that solidified it for him or liquefied it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is,
yeah.
You know, like, I made the right choice in leaving.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
But last of all, and the thing that I still get the mick taken out of me for, is my mum had to come and pick me up because I was so sloshed that I could hardly move, and so she had to come and pick me up, and she very kindly did. The problem is that I was still living with my parents at the time, and there was they had a video camera above the front door. So of course, the morning after, there's my brother going back through the footage of me as I'm stumbling towards the front door, basically almost unable to make it. My mum trying to hold me up. My mum is about a foot shorter than me, and about probably weighs about half as much as well. So her trying to hold me up, it was the funniest thing. Oh wow, so bad.
I will go to a clip right now.
I probably still do have it somewhere, you know. But oh my god, yeah. And from that moment forward, I decided never again am I going to get stupid drunk. You know, I will have one, maybe two. That's all you're getting. But from then on, I can
only have two now, and I feel like shit the next day. I can't do it anymore. No.
From then, from then on, I've been that guy who holds the purses and the high heels, whilst all the girls, you know, or holds the hair back as all the girls are puking up or can't be bothered to wear their high heels anymore. I'm the one who can get everybody home at the end of the day, because I'm the only one that's not gone out and got absolutely trashed, you know. But, it's good fun whilst it lasted, at least. Oh dear.
You're the coordinator.
Yes, that's it. I'm the one who gets everybody home. That's what it is.
Yes.
And stops people doing stupid things, which is difficult.
Yes. No. I've been on that end.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In terms of trying to be like, come on, come on, buddy, and I'm like carrying them. Come on.
I have some stories of people doing things that I cannot talk about on here, but oh my god, there was one where I went, oh no.
Yep.
Oh dear.
It's like a zoo when you leave a club or a pub.
Yeah.
You know, you just you go in normal civilization, you walk out, is anarchy.
Oh yeah.
Then a couple hours later, you come out, you're like, what the? And all sorts is going on in the street. People doing weird shit.
It really are.
It's like you've entered a different dimension.
Yeah, that's very true.
Then Doctor Who through a door. You're like, huh? What? Wait, is this the same place I entered? You know?
Well, I'll tell you what. When you're in Croydon, it definitely isn't. You walk back out, it's like, oh yeah, it's Croydon. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah. Anyway, so that was mad. Yeah.
That was our Christmas segment. Thank you very much.
Yes. Well, I mean, I mentioned to you earlier, I did have one other thing.
Oh.
Did you wanna see it? It'll take us a few minutes, but
what is it?
Well, so about a year ago, I was trying to work out what would be a fun, silly little thing that we could do, over Christmas. And I thought, let me see if I can get ChatGPT to write out a choose-your-own-adventure Christmas story to do with Sir Julian Bovington Smythe, right?
Yes.
And it did it. And he did it quite well.
Oh yeah.
To a point where, and then I forgot about it, obviously, because I think last Christmas we were mucking around so much we couldn't sort of get to anything. I don't think. And then a couple of weeks ago, I went onto ChatGPT to do a couple of things, just something quick. And then I realised, oh my god, because it saved it for an entire year. So I have the Choose Your Own Adventure.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yes. Do you want to have a look?
Sure.
Hell yes. Okay, this will take me 2 seconds just to bring it all up. Go away, you. Ooh, I'm going to have to share my screen. Sorry.
Do you want me to watch it or not?
I know everybody is seeing this at the moment. But here we go. This is it. This is the Choose Your Own Adventure right here.
All right.
Shall I read it out? Or read out the beginning, and then you can I will let David or I'll let chat or whatever have a look. Now I've realised I also have to just sort us out as well, because I had to make a couple of changes to our screen earlier, and it's decided it doesn't like it very much. So let's see if we can sort it. Right, so give me 2 seconds whilst I do that. Fill for me, will you, David?
Huh?
Fill for me. Do a magic trick or something.
Right. Well, while we are waiting, I think I will go through some of the Candela stuff.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. The other thing.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what.
The other thing we did.
I think I've got us sorted, but oh no, I haven't. That's absolutely terrible. Oh dear. If anything, I've made it worse. Go on then. Yeah, if you want to go through the Candela stuff.
Yeah. So, I guess one of the things is we get to see. I guess I you know what I think, for those who haven't watched it yet, I'll do the cliff notes basically. Ooh, because you're busy doing that. So basically, we start the episode, I guess part 1 with like this entry again into, there's obviously this theme of red, visions of red, and all these sort of things, and we get another memory of basically Arthur and his background, and we go through specialities again, another kind of part of the game. We basically, which we forgot to do in the first session of this new assignment, which was everybody gone through advanced in as a circle, as a group. So we did a lot of that. Klaus basically had learned from his mistakes, gets a drive point back on failed rolls. Theobald refreshes the drive points. And now it gets tricks of the trade, hide or sway rolls, spend 1 nerve to lower stakes. So basically, this is what the guys got. So one of many different abilities all the guys got. Because actually, technically, you shouldn't get all the things, right, that you got. But it was more so, I was like, well, why not? And it's a case of, just as we're doing a short series of this, I mean, we've got one more of this is kind of Arthur's story kind of assignment, and then we'll have a final assignment before it was Theobald with the assignment Lightboard. This is assignment Red Lens again, for those who don't know. And this chapter was called the Crimson Intersection. Again, going with the red theme. And of course, one of the best parts of this round of the story of the Red Lens assignment, Art becomes Jack Sparrow.
Oh yes, we need to talk about this at length. Right.
At length, yes.
Okay, so there is a wonderful thing that we have accidentally started, or Josh really has accidentally started, which is that his character seems to have a different voice every time that he... And
it's not anything to do with Josh forgetting. No.
No. Now, come on. He is a consummate professional, I'll have you know. And also finishes
I find it interesting.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Oh yes. Was that actually it kind of almost like this is kind of like a thing that Art's developed for trauma, maybe? Like it's this kind of like a, you know, or it's a case he's doing it because of the nature of his profession. He doesn't want anyone to know fully his true self, so maybe that's why. Yeah. So you could, like, in a character sense, outside of Josh forgetting his accent, from a character perspective, it's actually quite interesting because of the nature of Art, the character's background being a criminal.
Yeah. Now, I truly believe that it's a choice of character and nothing more. So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I love the fact. The great thing about Josh is he is, I think, probably one of the best of us, if not the best, at just going along with something till till he can get everything out of it. And that Jack Sparrow just got funnier and funnier to a point where I was like, I really hope he continues for a while because like
yeah,
it's so funny.
I think as well, like being a player as well, you kind of have a shell of a character, even if you like organize it to a fair extent, right? As you play the character and play it often, start to play it more often. That be my D&D character that I do with the Rollers Fate lot, or it's even Virgil, the first ever character I played on post-anti Roll-y Grail, right? Like, all I had was he's a medic, is in the army, so he's an ex-space galactic cop, right? Wasn't maybe in the army before, and then became police officer for Galactic Police Force, and also he was a cowboy. He was like a space sheriff, almost. And then he obviously had to be South drawn, but it was more down here. Like, it was a bit more gruff.
Yes.
And there's a bit, like, and you kind of, there's moments that happen that you kind of go, yes, that's a thing, even though it's like totally improvised, like in the nature of the story that comes up. And it's just like, yes, I know this, but like how you make that part of the story and then you build upon it and it's actually become a bit that continues.
Yeah.
And I think especially when we did the noir stuff with you. Yeah. With Laser Feelings, and we had young Virgil who didn't have that gruff thing, but it became because of the way Josh and Ben improvised being the noir cops, right? How he became the Virgil he was today, which was there was a lot of drinking involved.
Yes.
So it's like and also how he just gets annoyed at people who then reflect those he works with later on. That it's kind of like sends that, and what made him become Virgil, and then Virgil meets these new people who come in the form of Julian, and I mean Josh has gone for a few characters now, but that thing kind of being driven mad to an extent that he was an innocent young boy and now he's been corrupted into this thing, and almost this thing with now he's going to have kids and go back with his lover who was also like a space FBI, I guess, this whole time, and maybe his softer side will come back, or there'll be a balancing eventually. So
that sounds good.
That's kind of where I feel Virgil is. But again, it's the moral of the thing I'm talking about here is that something improvised could actually become concurrent.
Yes, that's very true. It's very true. I mean, I think the thing is, I think as you're playing the character, you get to know them better yourself as well. So the thing is, there's always a through line with what Josh has done. I think there's always a through line with whatever we do. But I mean, the one I'm thinking about is William Fortescue, the drunk doctor. Who that is all I had. I was like, he's drunk, he's a doctor. And then and a snake oil salesman, which kind of I think we did that a bit, and then
that's basically that's
all I had to go on.
It's like a quack doctor kind of thing.
But oh man, did it get more and more fun? Like as I got to realise that I was just going to be like, I'm essentially the pain in the ass everybody else has got to look after. This is great.
Yeah. Probably a full circle of what we were talking about earlier for Christmas parties.
There you go.
There we go.
It's good. I get to be that person. But yeah, I really, really enjoy watching the evolution of characters. I mean, even obviously we won't give anything away, but Runt in the latest D&D, to go from where he was to where he is now it's really fun to watch something evolve and become more complex, shall we say. I'm trying not to give anything away, but but very, very cool. Yes. So yes, Jack Sparrow.
Yes, Jack Sparrow.
Now,
and that's become a thing, and it was one of the we hadn't had this kind of new accent thing, would we have ever arrived to Jack Sparrow? And would we have ever had that fun exchange with him playing that kind of, you know, Jack Sparrow caricature?
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
I don't think we would have,
Yeah.
if he kept it to a certain thing. So, yeah.
Now, did you notice? You might not have noticed this at the end of the first episode of what's this called again? The Crimson
Intersection.
Oh, God. Sorry,
Are you talking about part 1?
Yes, yeah, part 1. End of part 1.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you notice the song was essentially Pirates of the Caribbean? It was as close as I could get it without it being Pirates of the Caribbean.
No,
it was very piratey, very made through AI. But I tried quite a lot of different prompts before I found something where I was like, "Ooh, that's pretty close right there." So I was quite pleased with that. Second song, I know that you noticed because you put it in the chat.
I love that.
That was really fun. Yeah, I mean you've got to make a song about that fight because it's the best fight ever.
Yes, so funny. Oh dear.
Jesus. Can we? I know we're skipping forward a little bit, but can we talk about that fight?
Oh, the high as hell one.
The one where we're all high on Scarlet.
Yeah.
And so, my first question has got to be: was this something you had in mind for this episode?
I knew that because there's just so many elements to everybody. Because I think it's that thing of we kind of, especially these days, where we come together and. Especially with, again, Josh's character being very loose, and also, I mean, you and T-Bolt, like Klaus and T-Bolt, have a bit more structure to them to an extent.
Yep.
I say T-Bolt because that's Cisco. Cisco likes really kind of a lot of like knowing who his character is a lot more, especially if anybody watches the Rollers of Fate stuff, where you have a bit more kind of. We go into a lot more, as ours is kind of on the comedic side, as well as just a tabletop. It's not serious. I would say it's only serious 10% of the time. The other 90% is just daft, right?
Yeah.
But it's I would say we're more kind of comedy D&D than anything.
Yeah.
Whereas I think it's funny for me to like. Be serious, like have it in terms of like have these like threads and these things, and for you guys to go bah! And actually just make it into a comedy sketch is great. But it is effectively I'm the structure for you to like just like play in the jungle gym kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it when I make stuff for you guys. So I keep everything super loose. So going back to this, I knew there'd be. I have main kind of running themes. Josh had a family member in there. We had obviously the Scarlet and the kind of type of Scarlet you found.
Oh yeah.
Which was a different strain. And then there was going to be maybe somewhere you access that, where you find it. Because as well, thinking about the system of Candela, it's all you have mixed success. I think the mixed successes. It's hard to have too much in an area.
Yeah.
Because what if you get into this thing and then obviously you get your consequence along with that. It's hard to try and have too much structure for you to like, because you can have all this stuff, but because of the system of Candela, it might not even go that way. Or I mean, D&D has this as well, but usually, but the dice are designed in the types of results, like mixed success and like the failures and stuff, and the super like intense consequences you get. It's not like D&D, you like get hit and you take a couple of HP. You're like you like take stuff, and death is more real in the game.
Yeah.
So that kind of like changes things up, right? So, you can't. I feel in running this game, obviously for the first time running these games with Candela, and so is many other people who've because Candela only came out this year.
Yeah,
I'm sure that early this year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only been around for a year or so, Candela. So people are finding things and what works that doesn't. There'll probably be a new version down the road that comes out for Candela, or new stuff that adds on to the existing lore. Because I think we talked about this in the previous chat. Because we've got this area of New Fairers where the setting is, but we don't know of any other place. There's a mention of a place called Otherwhere.
Oh yes, there was. Yeah.
But we have no info on it whatsoever in terms of even from us to work as GMs with something. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You just know there's another kind of country, but there's nothing on it. Which I'm guessing will be coming down the road. And that'll be interesting, and that'll just make the world expand bigger.
Yeah.
But I can understand why they didn't go so huge. Because I think they just wanted to see how it was all received first, before putting that investment in.
Yeah.
Anywho, so keep it loose. So, you wanted to kind of do the first thing you wanted to go sneaky, or you didn't want to blend and talk. But obviously that was because of what happened in the previous episodes.
Yes.
Because you guys got caught as you were trailing them.
That's right. So we're trying to sort of lay low.
You can walk and talk your way in, really. Or you could have, but it would have been high stakes. Whereas you took the sneaky route, which was a little bit on the more forgiving side. And you guys actually all managed to get into this building, and all that sort of thing. And then when Cisco said when Theobald fell and crushed thing, all I can imagine with my head, even though it's technically it's a sap, but I think it's one of these, the way it's described, and if you think about other drugs, and this is totally for me as creative license to be well, what if, because science, technically it's a sap that from a tree is, but you could turn anything into a powder, into a solid, into a.
No, you must do things perfectly to the letter at all times. And
no, I mean you could do that with what was it, weed and stuff. You have the plant, but you can get the oils from it.
Yes, of
you
course,
can. And even stuff intense like heroin, it comes in the powder form, but it can be turned into a liquid. That could even become a sticky, like sap. So that's how I store Scarlet.
Yeah, I hope all the mothers in chat are taking notes.
Yep.
But yes,
know what to look out for.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Look, stuff gets processed. It can turn into powders and all sorts. For me, it made 100% sense. So to me, in my head, I didn't see it as a sap. I saw it as a crystal, and I assumed it was just a powdered version of a crystal. So obviously,
as a man of science, Klaus would know this, right?
Yeah. But I mean, to me, it makes 100% sense. That something like that could happen. But it's the stuff that happened afterwards, and I'll be honest with you, the large amount of leeway you gave us to just go mad with it, and
I had to. Everybody, it's a hallucinogenic drug. So anything even in that world where evil magic stuff can happen, right? It's you are literally everything. Is not reality. Obviously, there's things that break reality, and in this horror setting, these things bleed and magic break that reality.
Yeah.
But this was that's kind of now become something in the background. Everything's just unfolding,
Yeah. I will say that you, I think, set in motion the rest of the craziness for us, and I hope you did it on purpose, but even if you didn't, you allowed us to by simply saying, when Josh said, "Where's the guy with the gun? Is he right next to me or is he over there?" And you went, "Both." At which point it was like, "Ooh, we could do basically anything.
Yeah, because your concept of reality is completely warped.
Yeah.
You do not know what way is up, which way is down,
Yeah.
what is close, what is far away. It's everything and all at once.
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way.
Haven't seen it yet. I want to at some point.
Oh, it's good. It's really good. But yeah, it's just I mean, that movie's off its nut as well. So it's, it is that kind of thing of, it's all over the joint kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for that, because it immediately gave us the
rules of reality in a game went out the window by that when you took that. Yeah. See, if someone was outside perspective, all of them is going to see you go, and all these sort of things, and they're like, oh god, look at these people. Yeah.
I will say the one thing that got me, and it was actually a moment where you came to me, and when somebody goes, you can do anything you want, and I just sat there going, I don't know. Like, I was just like, I could do literally anything. Why can't I think of anything?
Well, there's too many options. It's like when you get some of those big menus in restaurants, you're like, why is your menu so fucking big, dude? Like, I don't know what I want. It all looks good, but I don't know what I want. Whereas people find it a lot easier to be in restaurants that have one A4, and this is the menu. Like small, independent restaurant businesses and stuff like that. And it's easier because a lot of the places you get the classics and right, okay, I'm having bolognese, I'm having lasagna, or I'm having steak. It's like you got these kind of options. It makes it easier for you, right? And you don't have to think about it. Whereas here, you're kind of like, see, when you're in that drug-induced state, your brain's going, whoop.
Yeah. So
almost you can get paralyzed as well.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad I came up with the. I thought it's in my inventory. I've got to bring the science mobile back.
Of course, that was great. I loved that. Yeah.
And of course, it's completely unreal and doesn't exist. Like, it's still somewhere.
It's back
else,
in New Fair.
Yeah. But
I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. I thought that was so funny. I just went, that's amazing. You think you're driving your vehicle inside the building. That's great. So good. I'll go back and get the others.
Yeah.
So good. And I love how you phrase, can I go back with my science build to go get them?
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, dude. Yeah.
What I enjoyed about that is that, so I'd been building up my one of my stats, which is to do particularly with driving. And I was like, I get to use my driving stat. And then I realized, oh no, I'm not actually driving.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was good. That was very good.
Yeah.
But yeah. I've never had, and I don't think we will ever have a fight like that again, where anything could, the laws of physics weren't even a thing, that just doesn't happen in our games. So, I mean, we go crazy, but this was something else. And yeah, genuinely thank you, because it was so fun to play, honestly. And I hope it came across, because we were wetting ourselves laughing, even afterwards. It was great. So good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's so good. I mean, we got one more kind of chapter of this to go for this assignment. For kind of which would be the kind of ultimate for Arthur's kind of storyline.
For with regards to that, I think there's one more thing we probably have to talk about, which is what happened to Arthur at the end there.
Yes.
Because that is a cliffhanger right there.
It started off good.
Yeah.
And was getting sneaky, but I think it was the case of because it was a case of roll, okay, you got here, you're up here, you've been stealthy, but you want to then move to a new space. That is basically what in D&D would be another stealth roll, because you're moving position.
Yeah. And
you're going across rooftops and stuff like this. And there's not really anywhere to hide on a rooftop per se, unless you're on the right side of the slant.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where it went to poop, and then he got shot.
Yeah.
By a character from his past.
Yes.
Which I guess we'll get to know, and obviously we still And also with him was the man in the white coat, which we still.
It's recalled. What was it, Mr. Crimson or something? Doctor Crimson. No. I know you didn't call him
you
that.
guys.
Yeah,
you guys.
Yeah,
I'm sure. And it's great. Like, yeah, okay, sure. But yeah, so this kind of mystery figure still there. We've now got other mystery figure to the rest of the party except maybe
Edgar
Arthur, so.
Is the only information we got.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got a name.
Yeah.
But that's, again, your characters don't know the name. It's from the perspective. So there's still mystery to the characters, if not, say, the players as a whole. So, this is, it's cool, man.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So the next steps, the last chapter for this assignment, and then ideally we have one final assignment.
Oh, that would
and then that'll be the end of what I would think with what exists in Candela. I'm trying to like do a bit of everything that exists in the universe, little tidbits in here for the sake of the, But then after that point, there's limited, and I think for the sake of what's available for your characters and to give you something interesting to work with, it kind of stalls after that, and then I think it's a one-shot situations with it going forward, or wait till new stuff comes out.
Yeah. I mean that's it. Either way, to be honest, I think what this was meant to be was like a dip the toe, just see is this something worthwhile, and it has obviously shown that it is, because I mean it's the darkest thing we've ever run. I mean, I think, despite the fact we still have a laugh with it and we still joke around, it's very different tonally to anything else we've run, but I think that's worked. Honestly, I think in particular we made sure we had stuff around Halloween and stuff like that, and even running up to Christmas we've ended up running it, because it doesn't seem to matter. It's not one of those things where you're like, oh, we'll just run it when it's a scary time of year or something. It's ended up being we really enjoy this. We want to see this off to the end, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I like the system that it's working on, in particular.
Yes, see, anybody can play it. In terms of D6s, everybody has those.
The only thing that I would change about it, and it is nothing to do with anything you've done, just a personal preference, because I like to muck around, which is I think there needs to be just a little bit of more leeway in regards to how quickly you get injured, and that's my personal preference, as I say, because when I play lasers, it's difficult to get really hurt. You can happen, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
And I love that because it gives a lot of license. With this, it doesn't, but at the same time, I think it's quite nice to have the consequences there. I think it works.
I mean, that's the kind of that's the point of the consequences, and to show that this world is a dark one.
Yeah. And that's why it works.
You do get hurt quite often and easily. You are just a measly human.
Yeah.
Going against the spiritual world, creatures from the abyss, from cosmic horror. It is, if you were to go up against like some giant tentacle fucking monster right now.
Oh yeah.
Do you think it is gonna and that's kind of how the system's tried to build itself.
Although I will say, me and Josh have not helped ourselves, because all of the scars we've taken after 3 hits, not realizing that it's 3 hits, and then if you take another one after that, then you get a scar. So all the time through, and now I'm like, I'm glad that I took them. Don't get me wrong, because I think it works for the character, but it's just like, oh, that's why.
I think there was just one chapter we did. You guys just rolled really badly. That was all.
Yeah. Oh god.
Really so the dice told us it was down to the dice in the end.
Very true.
I mean, it's actually, I would say, went more your way in the last 2 episodes, to be honest.
This
apart from Arthur, he's on his last.
He is. Well, these 2 episodes for me, I never rolled under a 4. The entire 2 episodes. I've never done that.
This Crimson Intersection episode, parts 1 and 2, you were just rolling 6s all the time.
I know.
It was incredible.
And hand on heart,
you
genuinely,
had a really good game.
Yeah, genuinely, I would never lie about a roll, except for one in D&D that I did, because I wanted to fail it, so I was like, "Come on, man!" But
electing to fail is a different thing.
Yeah. But genuinely, apart from that, I never lie about the dice, and I cannot believe how lucky I got. I mean, obviously, you know, I just assume now I roll 6s at all times.
Yeah.
But
oh god, it's gonna flip on its head.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
But I think the really interesting thing is that now, this being Arthur's kind of backstory, this kind of his history coming back to get him, is kind of assignment. But also you are on an assignment for Candela, but it is tied into, and I do focus, I think, in this assignment more to do with Arthur's backstory, and it's kind of like the assignment is secondary. Yeah.
I mean,
which is interesting.
To be honest, though, I mean, that makes sense because the first one was more the backstory for Cisco's character, you know. So it feels like you've instead of carrying that on, you've gone to Josh's, and to see, you know, it's nice to explore everyone's backstory and sort of get a bit more of an understanding.
I mean, my approach with T-Bolt was that you are pulled into this, and because stuff that was going on, and you had someone who was basically already investigating Cisco, and then showed up to the point, which was Varen, which is your Lightkeeper.
Yeah.
And you go into the assignment, then to discover it tied in with his past. Rather, I've started with the past tying into the assignment this time.
Yeah.
It's kind of done a kind of 180 in that respect. And I mean, as well, as I said, it's just for Arthur right now, it's this point of like this, like he is in very close, you know, and it'd be very interesting how the dice roll when we do this final chapter for his story line here.
Very true.
If he makes it to the other end, if he gets to see the end of it, you know.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, because I do think it's.
Well, see, now I want it to go horribly wrong, so you all get sad.
Oh yeah,
yes,
that's true. That's true. The thing is, again, it's all part of the, and I don't know what the actual ramifications of that death is, because it's you know, in D&D, you know, you have your final moments and you get to say stuff and all that stuff, and I really enjoyed being able to you know, when Nightbreeze, when Deddy buys, it was actually quite an interesting thing to be on the other side and be like, oh, this is a different way of doing things, you know.
Well, he died a true paladin in the end, compared to like how he was acting up to that moment.
That's true.
So I thought it was amazing how the initiative was how it was.
Oh, yeah.
And also for again, these creatures weren't the strongest thing you could have been fighting at that time, and how it just all like this twist of fate, these nothing creatures actually kind of like you didn't expect this to happen, and it just did. Yeah. Like it wasn't like a big bad guy fight where you expect to maybe, you know, the stakes, but it was a random,
just nothing special, just caught us off guard, terrible rolls. Yeah. I'll never forget the one amazing roll to give Josh a chance, which was awesome. I was so pleased with that. That's the way to go out if you're gonna, you know, keeping somebody else alive. I'm pure happy with that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. And obviously keep this close to your chest, because I'm assuming one of us is going to go, because I'm a crazy man, and Josh is so close to death anyway. I suspect Cisco might be alright, because he's just as a player, he's a little more cautious and clever, whereas the two of us go bounding in, being stupid. Yeah. So I suspect
he took his first scar though.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
But I do suspect
got more in the tank.
Yeah, I do suspect one of us will go. And if I die, I'm going to come back as the car. I think so. Yeah. Oh, seeing as somehow we've managed to go through basically to what is normally about end time. What I'm thinking is I might not do the Christmas thing, and then we'll hold it till next year. And then it's 2 years since. Yeah, why not? But I thought what I'd do is just mention what's coming up, because next week we are taking a break because it's got absolutely for some, there's some weird event going on over the next couple of weeks that I don't know anything about, but apparently some people want to celebrate Christmas and New Year's. I don't know what this is about. In all genuine honesty, I'm the one who asked for the break because I had no time.
I mean, it would have happened regardless. At this time of the year,
it's that sort of thing. So, but I've had no time to do anything. We have filmed the next thing that will be coming out, which will be coming out in January. In fact, let me get you the proper date, because we're going to take the next 3 Thursdays off. So the next time we'll be out and about is going to be Thursday the 9th. No, hold on. Thursday the 16th. It's Thursday the 19th today. Thursday the 16th of January. So that's literally in a year's time. We'll see you. So 1 whole year you're going to have to wait. So 16th of January we'll be back. With D&D. There is some stuff that happens in that D&D episode. In fact, the second one in particular is one of the maddest things, and we afterwards we were laughing a lot about it. We were like, "Oh, that was epic!"
I have a fun fact for you, like when we come off stream.
Cool. All right. Yeah, we'll have a chat about that. After that, I have requested. This is after the D&D episodes. Going into February. And particularly, I genuinely requested, I want to do some episodes around Valentine's Day. So maybe that gives at least a rough idea, but I won't give anything more away. But lasers and feelings. So it will be sort of like a standalone type of thing.
Yes.
So that would be really fun. I've got. Well, David knows. Everybody knows the idea in the team, but oh man. It's going to be a good one. I can't wait for it. It's going to be so fun. So we're going to do that. And then obviously, going on into the rest of the year. We've not properly planned it out, but we've got ideas going on. There's some things we've mentioned about a Harry Potter thing. Hopefully that's a coming. Josh is continuing to work on his D&D project as well, and we are very much bringing some new people in to be part of that, which is going to be cool, man. I was speaking to one of them. I won't name any
new
names.
Channel Who This.
Yeah. I was speaking to one of them without naming any names the other day, who's very, very much looking forward to it. And,
that's so good. I'm glad.
So that's going to be awesome. But it's going to be a very interesting year next year. I can't wait for it. And You got anything you want to do next year? Obviously, finish Candela.
Finish Candela. We're basically halfway through season 3 of D&D.
Oh yeah, of course.
So we've got a couple of need to do. Want to try and get a few recorded. Again, we'll talk about this after. And then those are just my 2 things really. There's stuff I can run. There's plenty of stuff talked about in past. Could always revisit Time Flux and make up for the episode that got lost, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's such a shame.
And
that was
but it's a good thing. It's about time travel. There's so many things you can do to help retrograde it, which I've had plenty of time to mull over. So
Now, I won't.
Hopefully,
I won't give away anything about that episode, but where it takes place and what happens is nuts, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, what a great idea that was. Really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm so sad about the corrupted.
Oh, well, part 1 got out, but it was part 2 that didn't. So, but when we this will be basically, I think of just doing a one shot. We won't do several episodes. Just to kind of do maybe what was kind of thing, but like do a spin on it, and so that's what I'm planning to do.
Cool.
And yeah, which actually, it's when things like that happen, it gives you creative license to go somewhere you think you wouldn't have gone with a story.
Very true.
Simply, exactly like we talked about improving. It's basically improv we didn't ask for.
Yeah.
So that's my approach to it. But apart from that, D&D, finish Candela. It's really just about finishing some stuff for me, and then I don't really have anything planned because obviously you've got lasers, and then if Josh is going to do D&D, I'm sure that's probably going to take over a lot. Knowing the kind of stuff that he does. Oh yeah, full on. But there's obviously stuff we can just pop in between while that's probably I think would be while that's happening. One shots would be the way to go, such as your idea.
Oh,
the lasers.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So I think it'll be a bit of me finishing stuff, a bit of Josh's stuff, and then obviously you've got that idea, and then maybe there's one shots between all of us.
Hell yeah.
And see where we get to. I'm sure that'll take us through most of the year.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. One more thing from me. Obviously, there'll be a best bits for the year that'll be coming out on YouTube.
Yes,
I've already
good.
Selected the majority of them. There's some bloody good clips in there.
I'm looking forward to it.
That is always the most difficult bit. Is like, okay, what? I don't want to turn this into 75 minutes of best clips. I want to make sure it's short enough that you can just look through and see a few things and be like, oh, we did that and we did that, It's bloody difficult. The thing I'm finding the most difficult is Julian is quite funny, and quite often I find myself going, "Oh, that's a good bit of Julian. Oh, that's also a good bit of Julian. Oh, no, that's a good bit of Julian." I'm like, "No, I can only have like one or two Julians. I can't turn the whole thing into Julian."
Says the one who made a multiverse.
Oh yeah. Oh, so good. Do you know what? We didn't do one of those this year. Maybe that's something to do as well.
Again, it's one of those things. If we need something and we could do a one shot for it, then let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I love those. That's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody hell. Right. Well, I think that's everything from me this year. Can you believe? Anything more from you, Mr. Cornated?
Not cornated anymore.
No.
Cornbread's the name.
Coronated.
Coronated cornbread. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Not particularly. Nothing's come to mind now.
Alrighty. Well, I bet.
Yeah. Apart from, I hope everybody has a good Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, I'm indifferent, but I will bring some Christmas cheer.
If I'm honest, I really give a fuck about Christmas dinner.
Yeah, exactly. You get the hat for a few seconds. Because, well, Merry Christmas and such. But yeah, I did used to have a full bar humbug one as well. God knows where that's gone to. But yes, as David said, have a very, very lovely Christmas. I hope you get everything you wanted. Watch out for that Klaus though. He's always nicking my goddamn cookies, and he drinks my milk as well. That's my midnight milk and cookies he keeps drinking. Anyway, look out for him. He's a sneaky thief. And have a lovely new year as well. I'll be celebrating by going to sleep because I am now an old man and I don't like doing
That's
New
the
Year's.
gift all people get for Christmas,
There you go.
which we are getting.
Yes. Yes, have a very restful time. Don't overdo it. Don't drink too much, David. You are Scottish. So
I guess.
the thing is I know you drink too much, but it will be coffee. That's the problem.
I'll just be like,
yeah. I'll get a call at 3 o'clock in the morning. Be like, Rob, what are you doing? And it's like, oh, you've been drinking coffee again, haven't you?
yeah. I haven't slept.
Yeah.
Because he knows when I'm sleeping and when I'm awake, so I just don't go to sleep.
It's like the nice version of Freddy Krueger, isn't it? He can't sleep. Right, and with that wonderful vision, I bid you all adieu.
Visage.
Yeah. Yes, have a lovely, lovely Christmas, a lovely New Year. We'll see you in the New Year for some D&D. It's a coming. Yes, we'll see you then. Toodles, everybody. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.